my cousin, he always had the drink, and my cousin never wanted me to sip lean because he got addicted to it, and he was like he cut me off. Like, we shared a cup. That was the one and only time I ever did lean, and he was like, nah, that's it for you. Like, I don't want you getting addicted to it. And at that time I was like, man, you just want to drink all this shit yourself. But in the long run, looking back at it now, like, he really did he did me a solid, you know what I mean? He really did a favor for me, because getting hooked on lean is like really like mic check.
Max was the turn
Yeah,
out of my lifestyle.
it's Big Surfer Belly.
White clouds to fill the blue sky.
Big
Conversating
Surf.
with the gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. He wet Prada. The devil like inside your box.
Now while the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast, hosted by your boy Big Sirs, back in the motherfucking place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81 Studios, numero 6666. First and foremost, before we get into anything, I want to say rest in peace to Takeoff of the Migos. He was accidentally shot and killed in a dice game in Houston, which is fucking crazy to me. I don't know why the Migos were shooting dice with a bunch of people around like that, but very sad, man. Very, very sad when one of hip-hop's biggest superstars just gets fucking randomly killed, and just like a game that's supposed to be like, as big as the Migos are, you know what I mean? They shouldn't really be playing with fucking like real money. I get that it's like, I guess whatever, it's supposed to be a big, like that's what makes it enticing. You're playing with real money, but like the fucking Migos got enough money to just gamble for hours, out gamble anybody, you know what I mean? Any Joe Schmo off the streets or whatever, right? So it just kind of, that's the only really sad part. Is supposed to be like, they're the Migos, so they really should be like playing with Monopoly money, because they could out gamble anybody, in my opinion. But just very unfortunate that it happened. But God takes all of his angels to heaven when they've served their purpose here on earth, or whenever he has other plans for you in his kingdom or whatever. That's how I feel about it. So rest in peace to Takeoff. We're just gonna have a quick moment of silence real quick. I really love the Migos music, man. I wasn't too big into their music, but they had hits like Kelly Price, Bad and Bougie. I love those tracks. They had a bunch of songs. I'm not too familiar with Takeoff's music, so I won't get too in depth. I just know that he was a big figure out here, and I could be wrong, but from what I understand, they're from Atlanta, and they're all family, so just really, really like sad news that just, I went for my walk. I was playing Pokemon, and I fucking seen a video, like a cheap fucking video of some random YouTuber saying, he sounded Nigerian, had a Mino accent, but saying that Takeoff had passed away in a dice game. I'm like, is this for real? Like, is this like real shit? And then I went, Twitter got anything, all the bullshit, right? But not in this instance. It was true, and I was like, man, that fucking sucks. Like, it just didn't even seem real. Like, how does this even happen? He got murdered in a fucking dice game, bro. Like, this just seemed like something straight out of Gilly and Wallow skit or something. But just very, very like unfortunate that this shit happened. So, prayers, peace, and blessings go out to all the family out there and friends and loved ones of Takeoff, because it's just, he was really young, you know what I mean? And this isn't like something like he didn't have any gang beef. This wasn't like something that you could have predicted, like, oh, this fool was fucking around, like, and like kind of like in the era of PNB Rock, like he wasn't really out there like asking for any smoke of any kind. It just was really random that it happened. I mean, PNB Rock, not a talk down or anything. It just kind of like, okay, he was at Roscoe's, the hood Roscoe's. Okay, anything can happen, but if you're just shooting dice, which it just seemed like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, how could this have fucking happened? So I just, it really bummed me out, you know what I mean? I was gonna talk that shit about, rappers and, fucking something needs to change in the culture. I mean, I've been saying that. I've been saying, like, as a society, we need to be on some more positive shit. But I mean, this was totally random. I mean, in my opinion, this could have totally happened to anybody, like, who was like on some shit like that. I mean, I guess, passing away happens to everybody at some point, but it's just kind of really unfortunate, you know what I mean? And I can't really say that more enough, because it just seemed like if they were destined to do bigger things, they had the Migos, they had their little riff, they didn't announce that they broke up, but Takeoff and Quavo were already like their own little duo. They were doing their own things. And I think they had already like an album together or something like that. And Offset had been going solo. And then for Takeoff to be murdered in that era, it kind of fucking sucks. You know what I mean? I don't really know if too many rappers were, they were cool and they weren't cool. I guess Biggie and Pac, but they were like feuding for like a minute before either of them were murdered. So I think it's just really sad, you know what I mean? And I can't really fucking go into it too much without kind of like just being, just kind of in my own shit about it, because I have like real feelings when it comes to rappers that fucking get murdered, because it just saddens me ever since, I really felt it with Triple X, you know what I mean? And after that, any other rapper that was either passed away or murdered of any sort, it just kind of like, it's never good is what the fuck I'm saying. So it started with X, then Nip, and then the fucking list goes on from there. Pop Smoke. We could go on for days, but, just want to say a quick rest in peace before, just get all the heavy shit out of the way before we talk about some more bullshit. But before we talk about more bullshit, I just had an amazing fucking Wingstop. Like, I haven't had a full-on Wingstop meal in like a long time. So I had the Louisiana rub chicken sandwich, fries, and like a Fanta Zero. What I like doing with the Fanta is I like mixing the strawberry with the lime, because there was an AM/PM in Rialto, where I used to go pick up my cousin. I would always get like a fucking super mega gulp or whatever a Polar Pop or whatever it is, the fucking big ass 42 drink or ounce drink or whatever, right? And it would be some shit called chili lime. I don't know if it was Fanta. I don't know who made this drink, but if anyone can find it, it's called chili lime. Bomb fucking soda. I mean, if I ever sip lean, I could see how you could pour up in some chili lime and that'd be like the best soda ever, bro. Like, as it is, that lean with the drink with the fucking Sprite is already a bomb ass combo if you get the like right flavor and shit. But my cousin, he always had the drink, and my cousin never wanted me to sip lean because he got addicted to it, and he was like he cut me off. Like, we shared a cup. That was the one and only time I ever did lean, and he was like, nah, that's it for you. Like, I don't want you getting addicted to it. And at that time, I was like, man, you just want to drink all this shit yourself. But in the long run, looking back at it now, like, he really did, he did me a solid, you know what I mean? He really did a favor for me, because getting hooked on lean is like really like, you know what I mean? It goes really fast. I don't know how fast compared to like other things and shit, but I just know that, he got hooked on it. Allegedly, supposedly, I had to like get rid of like some of his bottles and shit like that. So that's my cousin forever. I forever have love for him. That's family. That's blood, and I appreciate him looking out for me. And there's a lot of people struggling out here with addiction, and you know, it's a struggle. So, you know, prayers to everybody that's going through that. But going back to the whole, like, it just tastes bomb. Like, I feel like people, like, I don't even really know how people get addicted to it, because, like, I remember drinking it and being like, what the fuck is the whole point of this thing? It just made me feel really sleepy. But, like, it's weird, because if you could fight the sleep and you stay up, oh shit. Man, I didn't even put the fucking charger on the fucking phone. Fuck. God damn it. Hold up, y'all. I might not even cut this out, but bloopers, outtakes. Fucking bullshit. Alright, so yeah, like I just didn't see how getting addicted to it was possible, because you gotta fight the sleep. It feels like it's gonna knock you the fuck out, like if it's some crazy strong Robitussin or something. But then it makes you like, you feel like, I don't know, like it gives you like a euphoria type shit. And this is only like half a cup for me, so it wasn't even like no crazy shit. It wasn't like I had a lot of it, but my cousin, that's what really got me into what is it, like Lil Baby, Gunna, and like that whole style of trap rap, was sipping with my cousin, and he was playing like Freestyle by Lil Baby, and like whipping that Maz, you pay me for the party. Yeah, don't worry how hard he got drip on my body. 10,000 once for the strippers in Bali. Codeine, I said while I smoking exotic. Wacky like Gotti, my crew almighty. No TGI Fridays, E5 we done. I love that song, Almighty, I think that's called, with Hood Rich Pablo Juan. I got into Hood Rich Pablo Juan too after that. And yeah. But it's just a really dangerous thing when you could just pour up. It's harmless. It's not like you're blazing. It's not like you're popping. It's not like you're putting the needle in or nothing like that. You're literally just fucking making a drink out of it, like a fucking cocktail. And before you know it, like Danny Brown had a crazy ass story where he was talking about how he started like sipping Thursday night and it was like Sunday or something, and like he just had mad empty pizza boxes and KFC boxes, and he didn't leave, or I don't know if he didn't leave, but he was just like when he snapped out of like his like drink binge, like everything was like trashed. And that's fucking crazy. I could never see myself like going that hard with that shit, but like, you know, I have my own like struggles with addiction, like popping fucking muscle relaxers and codeine pills and drinking, you know, fucking 6-packs or pounding beer or liquor, you know, fucking, I might get into it later, but like I've had like really dangerous like close calls with the pills and drink like alcohol. So now that I'm a year sober, like it's cool that I could talk about it and just kind of like bring my side of the story. Because when you hear people like, don't do drugs because I've done them all, and fucking I was a fiend and I was fucking asking everybody and they mamas for $1 so I could shoot or whatever. But I don't got one of those stories, but just like, you know, I was going down a path that really wasn't like smart, and I kind of fucking veered off a little bit, and now I'm like back to doing what the fuck I really want to do. So with the whole lean thing, going back to like the soda, it's just funny how I go all into this. Like that's how you know I have ADHD, because it just comes from me telling you about fucking a soda, fucking from eating Wingstop. But yeah, just lean tastes fucking amazing with Sprite, depending on like the syrup or whatever. My cousin, he had like bubble gum, and that shit tasted like straight bubble gum. Like it was literally the best tasting drink I've ever had in my life. Like if I could have that without the high end shit, I would literally buy that shit off the shelves. Zero or like diet or whatever, if they could get the recipe right. But I just love tasty drinks. Like chili lime is like a bomb ass drink. I don't think they have it anymore in that Rialto gas station, which is crazy to me, because that was a bomb ass drink. And the reason why I bring this up, if anyone's wondering, is because the only thing that tastes it doesn't even taste like it, but it's like a cousin or something. It's if you mix strawberry Fanta with lime Fanta, and like I think if you put more strawberry than lime, you would get the chili lime drink, whatever drink that was, with the Fanta. But even then, it's not really the real shit. But you know, for lunch, coming out of work, I had the Fanta, I had, you know, the fries, and I had the Louisiana rub. The Louisiana rub chicken sandwich, if you see this episode will probably drop way after the review. So go check out Herbs and Serves, my other channel. Super salty ass chicken sandwich. I never had the Louisiana rub before. I've actually haven't had a bunch of flavors before I started doing the chicken sandwich reviews. The Cajun, I would never get that in wings. It's too like it has too many spices going on. It really honestly tastes like original hot with like some fucking extra spices that don't need to be there. Then you have the Louisiana rub, is too fucking salty. And what else did I have that wasn't really that crazy? I think that was it. But I still have like teriyaki, barbecue, mild, atomic, and I think that's it. And maybe one more. But I've done like most of like the whole chicken sandwich flavors from Wingstop, but I was just bomb, bro. The only thing that sucks though is like all my points on fucking Weight Watchers, bro. Like literally a fucking blue cheese dip, which is they have bomb blue cheese dip at Wingstop. It was 12 fucking points. The fries are 13 points. That puts you at 25 points. A chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, because they don't have a chicken sandwich from Wingstop yet on the thing. I don't know why, on the Weight Watchers. So the only thing close to it I got was the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. That's 13 points. So 25 plus 13. That's 38 points right there, bro. That's literally like almost all my points. That's like 9 points left for the day. And then I had a cookie. I had some chips. And I'll probably have another cookie. And that's like everything that I've eaten today. So, you know, you got to watch what you put in your body. But I said, fuck it, you know what I mean? And the fries were fucking crazy. Because usually at the other Wingstop, they be burning them shits. Like, I don't know why, what the meter is or the minutes on that shit when they put the fries in. Because, you know, they fucking always, it's machine operated. And they tell you, you know, dee, dee, dee. And they put the fries out and they fucking, you know, whatever. But they're always burnt at the one that I used to go to. They just built a new one, like, right by my house. And they have like the best fries ever. Like I fucking demolished them shits, and it was just a good fucking meal. You know what I mean? You know, every once in a while you're like, I had a bomb ass meal, bro. Like I'm still thinking about that shit now, and I'm like, damn, bro. Even though Louisiana rub chicken sandwich is salty as fuck, Wingstop was fucking bomb as fuck. And speaking of food items, I was at work, and yesterday this fucking white dude, this is white people shit, bro. Like, and no offense to all the white homies out there. I'm just saying, like, this is like first world problems where, like, this dude, he was complaining something about he ordered at KFC and they got his order wrong and they gave him mac and cheese. And I'm like, he was making a big fucking deal about it. He's like, man, I'm going to go to corporate. They're going to hear from me and this and that. And I'm like, bruh, you don't like mac and cheese? He's like, no, man, mac and cheese is gross. I was like, what the fuck, bro? You don't like mac and cheese? Like, what kind of fucking idiot are you, bro? Like, mac and cheese is literally one of the most bomb fucking food menu items from KFC. If you don't like KFC mac and cheese, I can't trust you. I literally can't even associate myself around. I can't even be within 3 feet around you, bro, because literally you're making horrible life fucking choices over here. If you really bitch about getting mac and cheese from KFC, like if that is that really like a fucking big thing like you need to make it out of. So this guy, he's bitching about it, and his homie's like, bro, what you need to do is check your order. If you don't check your order and you're home already, like you really can't say shit about it. And I like agreed with him, because it's like, bro, okay, fuck the mac and cheese. If you don't like mac and cheese, the least you can do is check your shit and go spin the block on them and be like, yo, you got my order wrong. I ordered this, not fucking cheese and macs or whatever the fuck. And just make it right then. Because every time I've gotten a fucked up order, and it's happened a few times, I've literally just went home and been like, you know what, fuck it, like they fucked it up, I'm already here, I'm hungry, that's it. Like, what are you gonna do? You really like you're really not hungry if you're gonna go all the way back, or you really got a vendetta, like V for Vendetta style, like just to go back and be like, yo, fuck face, you fucked my shit up, I want a new fucking order. And you know, so I just thought that was really dumb, because like there's people that are literally fucking starving of hunger and like first world problems. Like, you really want to make it a big deal to be like, I don't like mac and cheese, you know what I mean? Like, you fucked up my order, I'm gonna need, you know. I just think that was dumb as fuck. And you know, I might do a KFC review just because of that. Just, you know, I want to see how the chicken sandwiches are just for the channel, because I haven't had, like, their big thing was the KFC snacker, which came out, I don't know if the first time it came out when I was a kid, but I know they made a big deal about it when I was younger. So I definitely want to check that out, see what all the jazz is, what all the jazz was. Yep. What else do we got to talk about? So, Kanye's being humiliated. Everyone's dragging his name through the mud. And even I had some things to say about him, about the White Lives Matter. But more thinking about this, and I think about Andrew Tate, I think about Dave Chappelle. You know, I'm just like, why do they just pick and choose who they want to, like, crucify in the public eye, bro? Like, it's weird to me. Like, they're not, you know, they're not like straight across the board, like, oh, you're getting canceled, you're getting canceled, you're getting canceled. No, it's like a fucking, it's like a targeted attack on celebrities or people of influence. And I just think that's really interesting, man. I think it's like really something when Kanye, they yanked everything from this fool just because of some shit he said. Like, okay, it's Kanye, we know he's fucking a little loony, we know he says some fucking weirdo shit, that's just him, bro. But literally, he became a millionaire when he was like the most successful black man on earth, or whatever the fucking shit was, and they took that from him, bro, all because of some shit he said on somebody's podcast. You know, and I think that's just dumb as fuck, because they're not doing that with everybody else. Everyone says some stupid shit, bro, from time to time, or habitually. It happens, or that's just people, bro. And it's just wicked that fucking Kanye, they like castrated this fool in front of like the whole world, and like no one gives a fuck. And a lot of people like just are like, cool, good, that's what should happen. But it's like really some bullshit, bro. And it makes me think of like the Ice-T, the Cop Killer record, like, and he said something interesting. Ironically, the comments Kanye said on Drink Champs is what got him yanked out of all his deals. But Ice-T said something on Drink Champs where it's like, if you're preaching to like all like your like, fuck, I'm fucking this up. But he said something like, if you're preaching to the choir, or if you're talking to black people, like no one gives a fuck. But if you start influencing their kids, like the white kids and shit like that, you know what I mean? Then you become a threat. Then you become a target. And that's why one of his albums was called Home Invasion, is because like we're in your homes, like we're influencing your kids. And I thought that was really interesting thinking about it, because Ice-T, you know, George Bush fucking said Ice-T's name and shit, or yeah, like was it son of a Bush? Is that what he said on the platform? Something like that. But you know, they went after Ice-T for that shit. They pulled the Cop Killer record, and he was gonna get dropped from his label, I think. So you know, man, shit is just really interesting when you think about it. I got some fucking shit in my eye. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just really interesting, man. You know what I mean? Who they go after and who they target. You know, because people are fucking powerless when it comes to the media, when it comes to like who really runs this motherfucker. Like it's not the rappers and shit. It's like the people that are pulling the puppet fucking strings and shit. Puppet Master. That might be the name of this shit, the Puppet Master, the episode. But I just think, I just thought that was crazy. On a lighter note, former Miss Argentina Mariana Varela and Miss Puerto Rico Fabiola Valentin, they got married. They had a secret relationship. Not that it was a fucking secret, but, nobody wants to, a lot of people don't want, especially celebrities don't want the relationships public. So they had a private relationship. They just announced they were married, I guess, on their marriage day. And I thought that was really cool, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they want to flaunt everything. They want to make their whole lives, like, even as, like, extroverted as you see me and my platform, the podcast, the music, the food reviews, the game reviews, everything like that I'm doing, it's very, like, a teaspoon of what I'm giving y'all. Like, I'm very private with my life, and you know what I mean? I like to keep it that way because people fuck it up. Like, people just, like, people are fucking weird, you know what I mean? So I just want to say congratulations to the newlyweds out there. I thought it was really cool that they can kind of, like, demonstrate that they're doing things on their own terms. Whereas, like, people want everything. People vlog their fucking girlfriends they document everything, like if they're fucking gonna get a Hulu movie made out of their fucking lives, like what their favorite drink is, their favorite color, what phase of the moon they're in love with, or the time they met their girl accidentally at the mall by the fucking lids or something like that. Like, everything is just on display. Whereas these girls, they got married and they told the story after, which I thought was really cool, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to talk about it because nobody supports lesbians more than your boy, Big Serbs. Where are we gonna go? Where the fuck are we gonna go now? All right, should we talk about this Drake shit? Drake. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to shout out my barber Carlos. Was good, one and none. Barber Studios, you dig what I'm saying? Shout out Lex, the other homie. I forgot his name. And fucking Carlos. That's my barber. Carlos been cutting my hair for like for a solid 4 years now, bro. Literally, look at this, bro. Whoo! Look at that shit, bro. Literally couldn't ask for a better barber. Me and him, we were homies back in middle school. And I remember seeing like him cutting up hair in like his garage or whatever. And I hadn't seen him for like a few years and shit like that. And then my cousin Mufasa, he's like, yo, you know this guy? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's I'm not gonna say his real name because Carlos isn't his first name, but you know Carlos? And I'm like, yeah, I fucking went to middle school with this fool. And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, bro. And he's like, well, fucking how come you don't get your hair cut by him? Because before, I used to get this feed mesh shit right here. My mom used to cut my hair. And I love my mom, and I love the free haircuts, but she literally cuts my hair like a fucking, I don't know what's it. I don't even want to disrespect, but it's just like, it wasn't it, you know what I mean? I needed to go see the doctor. I needed to go see a professional to go look at this, bro. I can't get enough shing, shing. You know what I mean? Razor sharp and shit. Literally, when I get my hair cut, there's people that come out of the fucking woodworks to get their hair like I don't know if this is a mid fade or whatever fucking fade this is called. But literally, every time I go somewhere new to work, people the next day, they get their shit trying to get like me and shit. And, some people, they be they be having some weirdo shit. And when I meet them, and then they'll get their shit like mine. They'll get their haircut like mine. And people be like, oh, you're trying to copy Armando, huh? And I'm like, man, Armando's literally copying me. But this is all some Mandela effect shit or whatever. Is it the Mandela effect? Or what's the thing where you like think they thought he was dead, but he was really like, yeah, the Mandela effect. People thought he was dead, but he was really alive the whole fucking time or something. But yeah, I just think that's really interesting. I just wanted to shout out my barber real quick because this is my fucking show and I could do whatever the fuck I want. And yeah, so if you're around the IE area and you want to get a fresh fucking fade, I suggest you hit up one of None Barber Studios. They're in Fontana. So if you're on the 909, the IE, or if you want to take a drive from wherever the fuck you are, or even fly in, you can do that. So go hit them up, man. really, really dope. They got the Switch in there. They got the PlayStation. They got the TV in there. We were watching, we watched rap battles in there. I've watched it all. China Mac Eats and all that shit. It's a little studio, but, you know, it's cool. You could get a cerveza on there, a beer, some water. I kind of get a water most times when I go there because obviously I don't fucking drink. They got snacks. They'll hook you up over there. And while I was over there getting my haircut, we listened to the new Drake album. And before I unpack this Drake album, the cover is literally trash. The cover to Her Loss is probably one of the worst fucking covers of all time. Not even like to nonetheless, it being a bite of West Side Gun's, I think it's Hitler 8. I want to say it's Hitler Wears Hermes 8. But literally, I put up 2 pictures of Hitler 8, I think it was, and Her Loss, and I'm like, bro, Drake is like the fucking biggest biter either. And it's not even a surprise to me. What surprises me about Drake is the fact that, like, what he does to stay relevant. And he's like the fucking Shang Tsung of the rap game. He just doesn't die. But with this album, this fool's falling off for sure. Drake is literally like clinging, like clawing his way out of fame right now. Like he literally wants, like he's like struggling to fucking like stay in the fucking realm of the highest, the most fucking top tier rapper, but he's not anymore, bro. Like that ship's fucking went and sailed. Like I think his peak, I want to say, was something like Hotline Bling. And then he had like ups and downs from there. But to me, his peak was Hotline Bling. You know, he got really big with songs like what's that song where it's like, and it's far from over, last name ever. That was a hard ass song. Then he had shit like what's the song he had with DJ Khaled, whatever. So he had some joints, but I felt like Hotline Bling was his peak. Or maybe I Need a One Dance. That was another good shit around that time. But One Dance in Hotline Bling was like the biggest shit I felt like he had came out with. And now I just feel like all his shit sucks. God's Plan wasn't really that good. And all these other songs that he's trying to come out with are pretty fucking ass, bruh. And this album is basura, bruh. Literally, 21 Savage couldn't save this song. Sometimes some of the songs you're like, okay, this is a 21 song, and some songs you're like, this is a Drake song. I knew this was for some. I had a sneaky suspicion that this was gonna be like What a Time to Be Alive, the fucking Future Drake album, and that one just seemed like Drake over a bunch of Future B-sides. And with this new album, it just feels like they didn't find a middle ground. Like it was either a 21 track or a Drake track. And I don't know, man. This wasn't good at all. I'm not going to go too in depth to it because it just fucking sucks. I'm not a big fan of putting like 4 different songs into one fucking song. Like if you want to split it, that's cool. Like if it's a hidden track, like if it's, you think it's one track, but then the beat switches and it goes into a whole nother shit, that's cool. But when it's a 6-minute song, and it's like 4 different fucking beats. It's like, bro, this could have been like 3 fucking songs. And on with that, this album is 16 tracks. So it's like, no one want to hear that. No one wants to hear that shit, bruh. I can't even remember the last fucking 16 track album I listened to and I was like, yo, this is the fucking shit right here, son. Like, no, bruh. Like literally, every album now has got to be like 10 songs or less. We're not even making albums anymore. We're making EPs. Because if you make anything over like 13 tracks, now it's like, I really got to take my fucking time out to listen to this shit. And I don't want to do that, bro. I just give me like a 30-minute album. But it got to be hard. Like if it's 30 minutes and there's some bullshit now, I'll be like, fuck this shit, bro. Like you couldn't even make some solid shit for 30 minutes. And you Drake, bro. You literally have everything at your fucking fingertips to make this album fucking be the best shit that it could be. And the fact that this album sucks, pause, is fucking ridiculous in my opinion. So the only song I like was the like second beat switch or song from Middle of the Ocean. I thought that was really, really dope, but it's Drake. You can't get your hopes up with Drake, bro. I thought that was a great, you know, when it's like more boom bappy. That's the only boom bap track, because everything else is either him fucking crooning his ass off or fucking rapping about some bullshit. And this isn't the exception to the rule, but the lyrics were fucking trash, even on the song. Like, he was talking about something about vasectomies and like y'all wear matching outfits. Is like, bruh, I would never even think to fucking rap about some of the shit Drake raps about. And I hope he wrote his own shit on this album this time, because if someone literally wrote lyrics as trash as this shit and Drake was like, yeah, this is fire, I would be like, yo, if I'd be the fly on the wall talking about this fucking sucks dick, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be. This album was bad. I'll give this album, I was gonna rate it a 3.2, but since I really like only one song that wasn't even the whole song and the lyrics are trash, I'm gonna give it a 0.9. That's what I give the fucking Her Loss album. It's a 0.9, and it's a 0.9 just because 21 Savage couldn't save it. The lyrics are trash. All the beats suck. The beat that I did like, fucking, it wasn't even, Drake didn't even kill it, you know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous how I gotta listen to like subpar music from people that swear Drake is the greatest of all time. The fans are tricky. The fans will tell you, oh, Drake, especially the women too, are fucking delusional as fuck when it comes to music. They don't know what the fuck is good with nothing, especially no real rap shit. You know, as long as it's a good beat and, you know, they can vibe to it and shit, it's a hit. No, it's not. If the lyrics suck, if the beats are good and the lyrics suck, that's not a good album. That's a pretty mid album. At the least, you're getting a 5. I mean, at the most, you're getting a 5. If the beats are top tier, but the lyrics are that's already a 5 at the most. You know what I mean? So that's how I grade it from there. I gave it a 3.2 just because, like, some people in the fucking barbershop were feeling it, but really, there was nothing to feel about this album at all. Can't talk enough shit about it because I'm just gonna sound like a hater, which I don't want to sound like a hater. I'm just expressing what the fuck I feel is, you know, because I'm not a Drake fan. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, and I don't think his music's been good. I do like some songs. Like, if I were to give him some praises, you know, I like that Legend song he had, Hotline Bling. The It's Far From Over, that song was cool. Fancy, that's not, I don't even, no, that is his song. I like Fancy. There's some cool Drake songs, but this album ain't it. And Drake, you gotta figure it out. Certified Lover Boy wasn't it. Your album covers are trash. Your albums are trash. Your career's is literally on the way to getting a 3-point shot in the fucking basura. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't like the fact that he bit Westside Gunn. Like, Westside Gunn, he's literally the tastemaker. When they say the curators and shit, people put that term so loosely. Like, Westside Gunn really is a fucking a curator of the culture. Like, if you got Drake biting you, bro, that just says a lot, bro. So I want to give props to Westside Gunn. I feel like he had a hand in influencing this album, and that just goes to show Westside Gunn's reach. A lot of people want to pigeonhole Westside Gunn as like, oh, he's an underground rapper. Like, if they forgot Eminem fucking signed him, or if he was on like one of the biggest labels people would die to be on, you know what I mean? So salute to Westside Gunn, man. He doesn't give enough of his props, and you know, somebody like Drake will never admit it. He never admitted when he stole fucking Triple X's flow. He never admits to nothing, bro. People want to praise Drake because he took shots at Megan Thee Stallion on this album, which that was an ass fucking couple lines right there. He shouted out Playboi Carti. And it's like Drake is trying to do everything but make great music or just make great content, and I just feel like that's going to be his downfall. I mean, he's still salty about the Pusha T beef, and it's like, stop being a crybaby, bro. You took a major L. Your shit is going down the drain. And I feel like that was really like where Drake's career started declining, the Pusha T thing, because if Drake didn't care about it, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like, his fans don't give a fuck about it, but Drake, I know it struck a chord in Drake's heart when fucking Pusha T came out with that story I added on, because he's still bitching about it, bro. That was 4 years ago. Pusha T he been the head of Adidas or whatever the fuck. Like Pusha T's on the RB shit. Like Pusha T been doing his own shit, but Drake is still out here fucking talking about the ops. That was for Jay Prince. Like who gives a fuck, bro? Who really cares? Is that really like a big deal? That's crazy, bro. That Pusha T smoked this boot so hard that Drake is still crying like a bitch about it. But that just goes to show you where rap beefs get you. That was karma too, Drake. Drake really like stuck it in Meek Mill's face when they had their whole little thing. I think back in 2014 it was. But the tables always turn. What goes up must come down. Bam, bam, bam. Spinning wheel. Bam, bam, bam. So Drake shit on Meek Mill. And now Drake getting his just desserts by eating all the shit Pusha T dished them. And this could have been avoided had Drake just been like, yo, I got a son or something like that. I don't know what he was doing. Keeping his son a secret. I mean, as famous as I would be, I probably would announce that I have Rihanna didn't announce it. I don't know. I can't really judge nobody, especially Drake, as big as he is. But, I mean, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like I say, it wouldn't be a big deal if Drake didn't feel no way about it. Drake is obviously still butthurt. He's still, subtweeting Kanye. Sub-barring Kanye and Push and good music. When it's like in the long run, bro, it looks like you lost. It looks like you're crying about it. It looks like you really, like, it got to you. It hurt your little corazoncito.